I'm moving on, moving on. Got the open road ahead of me, chasing highway lines to get to my dreams. Moving on, moving on. I don't know where I'm going, but I ain't there yet. Let this heart of mine be the GPS. Moving on.
Welcome to the 1 Million Mile Road Trip. This is Tommy. Tonight we're going to talk about something that we used quite a bit in the past, but it may change in the future. And if you hang around to the end of this video, we're going to tell you why we may change what we do in the future regarding this. Tonight we're talking about Harvest Host. Now, Harvest Host is a RV camping camp. You boondock at the locations, although a lot of the locations have electricity and sewer and water even on sites, but they charge you between $5 and $15 a night, and some even more than that if you want to do it. But they have over 5,035 wineries, breweries, farms, attractions, museums, everything. Now, we're not big drinkers, but just because you're not a big drinker doesn't mean you can't go to these wineries and breweries, because a lot of them serve food. Now, this is a picture basically of my page. It doesn't show my members number, I don't think. It doesn't need to if it does. But it shows what all that we have access to. The only thing I don't use a lot is golf, because the golf, I don't have any clubs anymore, and I was never really good at it. And you can rent clubs, but we just never had. By the time we get to our Harvest Host, we're not ready to do any strenuous exercise, and golf can be, especially if you're not renting a cart, and really golf can be very expensive. I know down where I used to live in Orange Beach, Gulf Shores, it was $50 for a round of golf, so it can be very, very expensive. But we do stay places like this. This is outside of Gillette, Wyoming. This is Our Wyoming Life. Now, he has a YouTube channel also, so I think he has around 200,000 subscribers. But what he does is he runs about a 5,000 acre ranch. He does have places where you can pull in a night. I apologize, I don't remember how much they were a night, but you could plug up to electricity, and they had water there on sites, and they had a dump on the way out that was free. Now, this shows a little bit about the farm. They do have tours of the farm, and what he does, he sells cattle. He sells his own meat there. He doesn't take any cows to the sale at all. They keep them up, stock them, get them fattened up for you, and they're all grass-fed. And they actually sell to the public, and also they sell by mail, and I think they have a website there also. It's a pretty interesting thing. And you think 5,000 acres is a lot of grass, but it's not. He was telling me that it takes about one cow per 100 acres. So I didn't see a huge amount of cattle, but he did have some like in his pen out there. But you can see this is a rig pulled up on one side of the lot there, and a couple of minutes you'll see the actual little RV places. We had like 5 of us out there that day, and it was just a great time. We were actually caravanning with RV America. This is one of the that's the little lots there. I think we stayed at the second one from the end there, and it was just nice. And we saw some wild, I don't know if they're antelope or whatever, out there on top of the hill there at sunset. But that it's a great Harvest Host is a great thing in that aspect, that it does allow you. They were first started to allow you to stay on somebody's property, a business property, free overnight. And this is some of the meat that he sells, and he does ship out, like I said, all over the country too. And we did buy some meat while we were there. I apologize for that. I don't know why my phone keeps going off. Um, but we did buy some meat there. And this is another place, another Harvest Host. This is outside. This is Jefferson Davis home. It is a museum you go through, and it does cost I think $20 or something like that to go through. And they had slots out where some people had electricity and power. We didn't need it. Of course, we have solar. And if you gamble, the casinos, I think, are about 20 miles away. We did not partake at gambling at the casinos because they favor them winning. This is another little spot. We actually stayed about 20 or 30 feet to the left of there, just kind of out in the grass. There was a couple of RVs that stayed around us too, so maybe about 6, 7. They had the gate was it would shut real late at night, but they had a guard there would let you out if you wanted to go out to eat or whatever. This was a museum that we saw. It's a Ford museum. It's a V8 Foundation museum. This off I-65, if I remember correctly, as we were going up to Milwaukee. We stayed there also. And this was in Effingham. I think that's Indiana or Illinois. I can't remember which one. But that is the Corvette Museum. Now, he did not charge anything to do this. In fact, would not take anything as a gratuity at all. He's super, super nice guy. Just a really, really nice guy. Him and his wife both were very nice. In fact, if you go back and watch a thing, we did a interview with them, and they were just very, very nice. We stayed out there in the grass, and you can see these people parked on the concrete, but we preferred to that time preferred to do it in the grass. But they had, if you see that green building over there, they had some type of tractor convention going on over there. Lots and lots of people over there. We decided not to go over there. This is another spot. This is a farm, and I really enjoyed this. You could walk down and see the cattle. These are mostly milk cows. They had a place where you could look through the window at them milking them. However, they allowed me to come down because I'd been on a farm before and I was easy around cattle. I've actually raised cows before, and this was their whole area. You'll see where we parked our RV. The smell was a little strong for some people. I've noticed in the comments that the smells were strong, but like I said, I'd raised cows before and it didn't bother me in the slightest. We camped right beside the dairy barn. In fact, as you can see, there was 4 or 5 RVs there on the side. If you look to the right, there's a cornfield right to the right, and the dairy farm. And they actually basically milk 24 hours a day almost. The guy told me he ran an 8-hour shifts, and it pretty much has cows in there full time. So you're not going to avoid that. You're not going to avoid the milking or the cows. If you don't like the smell of cows or the smell of manure, then may not be the right place for you to go. But it was well worth it. We did buy some meat, and they actually gave us some free meat when we arrived. They gave us a little care package. They had samples of their sausage and some of their meat, and it was great. But we ended up buying some before we left also. And that's the thing about this. There it is, the milking area. We actually buy more than is required. The $20 that when I joined, $20 minimum that they want you to spend at the places you stay. And that's the way they get these people to allow you to stay on their property for free. So it does it. I apologize. That's pretty much every hour of this Bible app that I have. It does that. It goes off. This is a place that we stay. This was awesome. It's a little spot that had all kinds of produce, and it also had an old town from the 30s down behind it. You would walk down through there, and there was a church out there that we actually stayed on Sunday, stayed overnight, and ended up being on Sunday, and we went to church inside that 1930s church down there. They had a pastor that came in and preached. It wasn't about 10 people there, but it was pretty amazing. But you can see they had the old wagons. They had old steam engine tractors there. That's one right there. In fact, right in front of me there, in the picture. And they had a lot of people staying there, I think 4 or 5. This was an Airstream trailer that had pulled up next to us there. And I actually met some of the people. That's something about this too. When you stay at a Harvest Host or a Boondocker's Welcome, that's a part of Harvest Host that we'll talk about in a minute. This is, you meet some great people. Right here you can see the old truck there on the right, and they had the old country store. It was not open at the time that we went by there. They did start up one of their steam tractors when we came by there, and you'll see it right there. They started up that and let it run a minute, and man, it was just amazing. It was really amazing how this tractor shoots out steam everywhere, and how that back in the day they really made do. This is one of the first places we stayed ever in Kentucky. It was a farm. They had all kinds of produce and sunflowers, and it was very, very beautiful. This place set on top of a hill there. You could pull your RV up in there, and we actually met some people that had just came back. And I know I got a lot of heat on this channel for going to the Ark. But we're Christians, we go to things that have about Christians, and the Ark, we went and saw the Ark, and it was huge. It was amazing, and whether you believe in that or not, it's you need to go look at it. It's just that these people built it just at the exact size. If it was real, and I believe it was in the Bible, the exact amount, and it's worth going to see, even if you're not a believer. And this is up on the hill. This is the place where we actually stayed. It's a little bit tight getting out, but it's noted in the information about the location and what you need to do. But this is another spot on the farm. It's just very, very beautiful. Most of these places, very quiet, safe. We found they're all safe that we've ever been to. We've only found one Harvest Host we didn't like, then we probably won't go back. It was safe and everything. It was just not what you would think. A little chart there. It shows what the things a different host is. And this is what I want to talk about. They have decided to go up on the minimum amount of $30 to support the local host. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of people are going to say, hey, I can stay at a regular RV park for $30. I can have water, sewer, and power, and I don't have to spend $30 on wine or anything. But you have to weigh your options. If you're hungry and this place got a restaurant, $30 is probably a cheap meal that you'll spend, but you may go in there and spend $50 or $60 at a nice restaurant in there. But it's just something you need to consider. Most of the time, one of the reasons why we joined was it was $20, and we thought we can spend $20 on produce and we get a place to stay for free overnight, and that was beating every RV park you're going to go to. But $30, you're really going to make a lot of people think. Now, will we join next year? I say we will right now, because we plan to use more of Boondockers Welcome. Now, Boondockers Welcome is a part of Harvest Host. They've actually bought out Boondockers Welcome, and it allows you to go on, stay on people's property for free. And some people have like they have a power for you to stay on, and if they do, they might charge you $5 a night, but they allow you to stay for free. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to use more so at Boondockers Welcome, because our friends with RV America, they use Boondockers Welcome, and they absolutely love it. So I hope you enjoy the video. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed, and please click the little like thing. We sure would appreciate it. Y'all have a great day or a great night.